Now in Good Morning Northwest, 11 days until Election Day, and Spokane voters are still deciding whether or not to fund a new public safety tax. That's Prop 1. How the police and fire departments say this money would directly impact their operations and help keep people safer.
Hey, we got a couple of days of mild weather, and then we're going to see some rain. Then we're going to see some colder temperatures. We're going to talk about that coming up.
Plus, a major legal victory for the two brothers serving a life sentence for killing their parents. Why the California DA is now saying their case deserves another look. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Friday, October 25th. Welcome to your Friday. We made it. Robin has the morning off. Let's start things off with Mark Peterson here and a look at our first alert forecast as we head into our weekend. Good morning, Mark.
And good morning again. We have a little spider helping out with our decorations for Halloween. It'll be up there until the wind or the rain kicks it off. 36 degrees currently, winds light, northeast 3 miles an hour. We're going to continue to see these temperatures in the low to mid 30s all over the region, and then we'll warm up. It'll be dry today. It's going to be a nice day. It's going to Friday. It's got to be nice, right? Saturday night showers moving in through Sunday. Rain likely, and then more rain expected next week. And we do have a couple of days where we're going to see a bit of a break. All right, so radar and satellite. The radar again, taking some time off. It's dry. We just have the cloud cover coming across. That's all going to change, though, coming into Saturday. For this morning, waking up, heading out, Deer Park is actually warmed up to 37 degrees. We've got that into the valley, 36 into Post Falls, near freezing in Cheney. So as that cloud cover moves across, we're seeing these changes a little bit. Today, it's going to be sun and clouds, sunglasses at times, not so much others, and we'll have 56 for our high today. 52 is a normal average high for this date. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Mark. Well, we start this morning with a big legal victory for Eric and Lyle Menendez, the brothers serving life in prison for killing their parents. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, the brothers have already served more than 30 years in prison and have been fighting for resentencing. What can you tell us?
This morning, there is new hope for Lyle and Eric Menendez after the brothers were convicted of killing their parents, Jose and Kitty, back in 1989.
I believe before Thanksgiving, they will be home.
Since the Netflix series, the brothers' case has gotten a lot of attention. In recent years, there has been new evidence. Now a Los Angeles district attorney is recommending a judge resentence the brothers.
I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
George Gascon recommends their life sentence without parole be replaced to make them eligible for parole immediately.
This recommendation is going to go before the judge. Is this substantial enough to bring in the extraordinary method of or measure of a reduced sentence? He then has to make that decision. Once he makes that decision, it is going to go before parole board. Under the youthful offenders, they would have had options for parole at 15, 20, and 25 years. That is already passed.
In making his recommendation, the attorney addressed allegations that the brothers were sexually abused by their father. Their supporters say the allegations are backed up by new evidence, including a letter written by Eric at that time. Meanwhile, there was a claim from another man who says he was also abused by Jose Menendez.
I do believe that the brothers were subjected to a tremendous amount of dysfunction in the home and molestation. I think that often, for cultural reasons, we don't believe victims of sexual assault, whether they're women or whether they're men.
The judge is going to weigh all of that. He's going to look at the original trial.
Many family members, including Kitty's 93-year-old sister, are pushing for the brothers' release. However, Kitty's brother Milton voiced opposition. Milton claims the brothers were angry that their dad was taking them out of his will. Supporters say the brothers are different men now, both married and both active students. Right now, there is no timeline, and it could take more than a month before the judge takes up the case. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, in our For the People coverage this morning, Spokane voters are deciding whether or not to increase the city's sales tax by 0.1% for community safety initiatives in Proposition 1. The majority of the money would come from the community sales tax would go towards Spokane police and fire. If passed, Prop 1 would add 7 neighborhood resource officers and a traffic safety unit, 2 things neighborhood officials told us earlier this week that they'd like to see brought back.
There's a lot of research that shows that just the presence, the visible presence of police officers not only reduces crime, but it makes people feel safer in many, many neighborhoods. What the officers do when they're present can even enhance that perception and enhance the reduction in crime.
Funds would also be spent to replace the fire department's aging equipment.
We have had, over the last couple of years, some brush trucks that we've had to have towed back into the city because of mechanical failures. We've not had in any recent history an issue of a fire engine or fire truck failing on the way to a call, but those are not odds that I want to rely on just from a being lucky standpoint.
And if you'd like more information on Prop 1, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. A typical fire engine responds to about 2,000 calls per year, but this year Spokane Fire Engine 1 is on pace to respond to 6,500 calls, making it one of the busiest in the state. Senator Maria Cantwell says this stems from the fentanyl crisis here in our region. Senator Cantwell introduced a new bill that hopes to give first responders better tools in the fight against fentanyl. The legislation would fund and create new technology to detect fentanyl in non-invasive ways, like using fentanyl-sniffing canines and devices which would detect fentanyl vapors. It's something that is getting bipartisan support from our city leaders.
The city of Spokane cannot appropriately address this crisis on our own. We need these regional partnerships.
It is not a complete solution, but it is a significant start in the right direction to us getting on top of this fentanyl education.
Now, the hope is that this would give law enforcement funding to create for these tools to crack down on fentanyl smuggling. They're also working to secure $3 million for the Spokane Regional Stabilization Center to expand services for people struggling with addiction. This bill is still in its early stages. We just have 11 days left until Election Day, and former President Trump says if elected, he will fire Jack Smith, the man investigating Trump's handling of classified documents and his role in the January 6th Capitol attack. Vice President Kamala Harris, meanwhile, is leaning on star power in Georgia to rally votes in the battleground state. ABC's Perry Russum is in D.C. with more.
Grab your ticket and your suitcase.
Vice President Kamala Harris starting her campaign concert series in Georgia with Bruce Springsteen, calling on people in the battleground state to vote early.
We have an opportunity before us to turn the page on the fear and divisiveness that have characterized our politics for a decade because of Donald Trump.
Harris campaigning for the first time alongside former President Obama.
Some men who seem to think Trump's behavior is a sign of strength, that macho, you know, I'm going to own these folks. I'm going to put them down. I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is.
Harris appearing to make a push to land blackmail voters, enlisting the star power of Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson, and Tyler Perry.
In this Donald Trump America, there is no dream that looks like me. We want a president who believes that this American dream is for everyone.
Former President Trump campaigning in Nevada and Arizona. On immigration, Trump comparing the U.S. to a garbage can.
We're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. You know, it's the first time I've ever said that.
Trump denying claims by his former chief of staff, John Kelly, that Trump meets the definition of a fascist. Kelly telling the New York Times and the Atlantic magazine, Trump has praised Nazi generals and said Hitler did some good things.
No, I never said that. I would never say that. It's a rag that he made up stories. He's done it before.
Trump also asked if re-elected whether he would fire special counsel Jack Smith, who's investigating Trump's handling of classified documents and his role in the January 6th Capitol attack.
It's so easy. I would fire him within 2 seconds.
Today, Trump sits down with Joe Rogan for an interview. The podcast host has 15 million followers on Spotify. Harris will be in Texas, joined by Beyonce. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, with more cold weather on the way, SNAP wants to help families stay warm while also saving some money. The organization gave out 600 free energy-saving kits yesterday, and inside were LED light bulbs, window insulation kits, and other tools to stop drafts from getting in. Now, SNAP gave out all of their 600 kits, but more are on the way. You can pick up one at one of SNAP's 6 offices. Well, here's some great news, in our opinion. Starting on Monday, one lane in each direction over the Washington Street Bridge in downtown Spokane will finally reopen. It's the light at the end of a tunnel following months of this closure. But there's still more work to be done to complete all that work of repairing the bridge. And there's no word yet on when it will fully reopen, but you know what? I will take this. I will take one lane being open for sure.
It's getting there. It's a process. It's a process. And so, you know, when you're talking to therapists, you can just go, you know, it's getting better.
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
Glass half full.
Okay. Well, guess what? We are going to see, half full, maybe completely full with a little bit of sun and dry weather today and tomorrow. Things are changing, though. We're going to talk wet weather coming our way.
I've got my winter gear ready to go. Do you? Well, if you don't, you'll have to come out to the Spokane Fair and Expo Center this weekend for the ski swap. We're giving you all the details coming up.
And a North Idaho staple turned to rubble and ash last month is now starting the conversation of rebuilding. What is in the works at the old Wolf Lodge Inn and how they're asking for the community for help? We'll tell you. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Save your greed!
35 years ago, I started going to Planned Parenthood. They help Washington women with pregnancy care, birth control, even cancer screening. But Dave Reichert tried to jeopardize that care. Reichert has voted repeatedly to defund Planned Parenthood. It's part of Reichert's years-long record, trying to ban abortion nationwide, including here in Washington. No politician should ever tell me that I don't have a right to make a decision regarding my body. Dave Reichert is wrong for governor.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. With the general election only weeks away, there's a lot at stake. Data shows that voters age 50 and over make up the majority of voters in most elections. Make sure that your voice is heard. When AARP asks, older adults say they want candidates who will address their day-to-day challenges, financial security, and the needs of family caregivers. Make an informed decision on the issues you care about. For tips and tools, check out AARP's online election guide at this website.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
Why is liberal Carmilla Conroy mudslinging and stretching the truth? Maybe it's to hide her extreme plans for an open border, drugs pouring into the country, and higher taxes. Conroy doesn't fit our district. Michael Baumgartner will protect our families, Social Security and Medicare, ensure veterans get the benefits they've earned, fight inflation, and make our neighborhoods safe by securing the southern border.
I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Time Right Now, 6:13, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The Justice Department has reached a $100 million settlement in Baltimore for the bridge collapse last March. The two Singaporean corporations that owned and operated the ship have agreed to pay the DOJ nearly $102 million. The agreement resolves a civil claim alleging the company's cost-cutting and negligence led to this bridge disaster. The money will go to the U.S. Treasury and the budgets of several federal agencies directly affected by the crash or were involved in the response. But the department says it will not cover any costs for the reconstruction of that bridge. Well, onions are out at some Burger King, KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell locations. It follows that E. coli outbreak at McDonald's we've told you about this week. It sickened 49 people and killed one. The likely source are the sliced onions supplied by Taylor Farms, the company recalling yellow onions produced in a Colorado facility. McDonald's pulling the quarter pounder from nearly a fifth of its U.S. restaurants.
It's our 10-second takeaway. It's a Friday morning. It's going to be sun and clouds today, so grab a jacket because that's what we need to do these days. I mean, after all, it's fall. 56 will be our high today.
An iconic North Idaho restaurant is hoping to rebuild after being destroyed by a fire last month. The Idaho State Fire Marshal's office says this fire at the Wolf Lodge Inn was the result of a grease buildup in the attic above the wood fire grill, which ignited, destroying the decades-old steakhouse just off of I-90. Now, in a Facebook post yesterday, the owner says they're looking into building Wolf Lodge 2.0. The post says there are no concrete plans in place right now, citing significant red tape that must be navigated before they can move forward with any reconstruction. Wolf Lodge is also looking for a local survey crew and an architect to donate some of their time to help with this process. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:15. You still have 6 days to donate your gently used or new coats to our Coats for Kids campaign. We're checking into the collection process and where you can still donate and some guests that stop by our station. That's next. And are you excited to hit the slopes this winter? Well, the Mount Spokane Ski Swap has you covered when it comes to this year's gear. Allison Martinez is live at the Fair and Expo Center with everything you need to know.
What's all this? You said it was a recovery day. I got my yoga mat, foam roller, electrolytes, and protein bars. The whole setup.
Refrigerant recovery, Ben. We're recovering the refrigerant to fix the heat pump.
Oh, right. I knew that. Want a protein bar?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
Electrolyte?
Ben, take the robe off.
I spent my career in law enforcement, the last years as police chief. When it comes to keeping Washington safe, I trust Bob Ferguson.
Bob's top priority is public safety. His plan to hire more police officers is exactly what we need.
He'll create a statewide response unit to tackle the fentanyl crisis.
And he'll put the $1 billion he won from drug companies into treatment.
To help us protect Washington,
I trust Bob Ferguson.
Bob Ferguson for governor.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year.
ShopDaveSmith.com. As a U.S. Navy veteran, I fought for our freedom and our right to vote. But today, independent voters can't vote in the elections I fought to protect. Over 275,000 Idahoans, including thousands of veterans, are blocked from voting in our primary elections, all because they were closed by party insiders and special interests. Proposition 1 respects veterans like me by opening Idaho's primaries, ensuring every Idaho taxpayer has the right to vote. That's what I fought for, and that's how it ought to be.
This is Initiative 2117. Look closely. Does it mention anything about lowering prices? No. In fact, does it say anything that will help you? No again. The mega millionaires behind it are intentionally trying to confuse you. They don't want you to know 2117 would cut billions from transportation, meaning more traffic and harming our economy. Don't be fooled. Vote no on 2117. There's nothing in it for you.
Kerner Furniture is celebrating our 45th anniversary.
And in those 45 years, we've gained a lot of wisdom.
Like always follow your dreams.
If you're going to play games, know the rules. Go fish.
There really is no place like home.
During Kerner Furniture's 45th anniversary sale, it would be wise to shop our great sale prices on quality furniture.
Love Lazy Boy? We always guarantee the lowest prices.
Check out our newly remodeled showroom and shop our great selection during Kerner Furniture's 45th anniversary sale.
4 News Now is brought to you by Monster Jam at the Spokane Arena November 8th through the 10th.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:19. The highly anticipated Mount Spokane Ski Swap is back this weekend, and you can make sure your family is ready for winter with skis, snowboards, clothes, helmets, goggles, kids items, and so much more. Allison Martinez is live at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center this morning to share what you need to know before you head out there. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. I'm joined by Diego this morning. He's a member of Mount Spokane Ski Patrol, and he helped me pick out this jacket this morning, keeping me nice and looking sharp, feeling warm. And I want you guys to see this tag here. So original price, brand new with tags, $150. And here this weekend, you can get it for $50. You can't get better than that. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. And we're in the booths right now. You can see the variety, but you guys have so much more to sell. Can you walk us through what you are offering?
Yeah, I mean, overall, we've got over 27,000 different items here, right?
Crazy.
Anywhere from boots, from alpine skis, snowboards, kids skis and apparel and Nordic stuff. Like, we have it all.
Everything. And the really cool thing, too, is you've got so many volunteers here ready to help people out with sizing and finding your perfect fit. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. So on Saturday and Sunday, we'll have people kind of walking around. I mean, we're gear nerds as well, so always happy to kind of talk through the right fit or the right ski for you.
Yeah, and you'll see Diego here helping people out, so keep an eye out for him. And there's so much to look forward to this season. I heard tubing is back.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people can even pick up their passes this weekend. Is that
exactly.
right?
Yeah, this is kind of the one-stop shop for everything you need prior to the season, whether it's gear or, your passes or anything in between.
Yeah,
we got
absolutely.
it for you.
Okay, for people who want to come out, it's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
What are your top tips for a successful ski swap?
I'd say probably the most important thing is if you're looking for something specific, get here early on Saturday, right? Because things start kind of all the good deals start going quick.
And there are some really, really great deals here. I've been fascinated comparing the price tags between the brand new and what you can get here. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
We'll have more for you coming up in a few minutes, but for now, I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Can't beat a good deal, especially on stuff like that. But hey, if you're still looking for a coat for your family, or maybe you're cleaning out your closets and getting rid of some of those old clothes that don't fit you anymore, we still have 6 days to donate to our annual Coats for Kids campaign to keep kids and families warm this winter. Now, yesterday, members of the Camaro Club stopped by and dropped off a bunch of coats and a nice big check to our Coats for Kids cause. You can see Chris welcoming them to our station there.
We love Coats for Kids. We think it's one of the best ideas that have come around. So the kids are important. What you can buy way less than what you
And look
can
at all
buy
those
down
coats
here.
they got in the back of the car there. And of course, a nice check to help us buy some more coats. You got till the 31st to donate, and then distribution starts on the 1st.
$1,000 can buy a lot of coats.
So many coats.
Yeah, so please be a part of it. We would love for that to happen because in November, we have a lot of warm, smiling children out there.
You can't beat that.
Now, this morning, again, we're acclimating now to the cooler temperatures outside. We have temperatures into the 30s all over the place, but it's upper 30s for the most part. Cheney, you're at 33 degrees, 37 into the valley, 35 9 Mile, and 37 into Deer Park, Spirit Lake as well. But Hayden's cooler, 35. Here's our forecast hour by hour today. Variable clouds throughout the day, warming into the low 40s by noon finally, and then we're going to be in the low 50s throughout the early afternoon, finally being into the mid 50s for 4 or 5 o'clock. By 6, the sun sets around 5:45, so we see the temperatures cool, not as cold as we've seen, but certainly it's going to be, these mornings are chilly. That's it. That's all there is to it. Variable clouds coming across. We are going to get some sun breaks, cloud cover, and that's going to roll. Oregon's looking really good. Southern Idaho's looking really nice. That's just dragging right across us, and we're going to see that track when it comes to that low pressure system that comes over the top of us. So today, looking pretty good. We're going to see clouds and showers coming in potentially Saturday morning about 5 a.m. Just a little bit of energy within the atmosphere there. Saturday looks to be really nice. And then we see Saturday night, Sunday. And then Sunday morning, we see more rain coming across through Sunday afternoon, bit of a break, and then another round of it on Monday. And that's what we're going to be seeing is these bands of moisture come across. We're expecting maybe a 1/4 inch over the next couple of days. That's Sunday and Monday. 56 our high today, 53 into Colville. Partly cloudy, Tri-Cities 56. We're going to be partly cloudy to cloudy at times, 63 on Saturday. Sunday, 52. That is a normal high for this time of year. And then it's mid 40s with hit and miss showers all the way through Halloween.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Mark. Well, the Cougars are putting the finishing touches on their 2025 schedule. The team had 2 games to fill, but now it's down to 1. Where WSU is traveling for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, It's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
Man, I can take real good care of you. See? Works perfectly for you, right?
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
What makes a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle better than an average vehicle?
It starts with longevity. 97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. Every certified pre-owned Subaru gets a 152-point inspection where anything that doesn't meet our high standards is repaired or replaced.
If you're in the market for a Subaru, don't compromise on quality or affordability. Come see our huge selection of vehicles and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Maria Cantwell knows prices are too high, and we have to fight back. That's why she passed a law to take on big oil traders spiking gas prices, and why she's fighting grocery store mergers that would lead to higher food prices. Cantwell also took on drug companies and won, capping insulin for seniors at $35 a month and capping seniors' out-of-pocket expenses.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll take on anyone to protect Northwest consumers.
In celebration of Veterans Day, 4 News Now and BECU would like to honor those who've served our country. Go to KXLY.com, submit a photo and a short write-up on a veteran or military member. 4 News Now, honoring our heroes. Brought to you by BECU.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:27. The Cougs football schedule for 2025 now has just one game left to fill. Washington State announcing yesterday that it will travel to Colorado State for the second time in 3 seasons to take on the Rams on September 27th. The Cougs were originally supposed to play Virginia on that date, but now they'll visit UVA on October 18th instead. Now, earlier this week, WSU announced it will play Oregon State twice next season, once in Pullman and once in Corvallis. The Cougs still need one more game to round out their 2025 schedule. Let's see who that is. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:27, and still to come, a new survey says people feel less safe in downtown Spokane than just 2 years ago. Who was surveyed and what they say needs to be done for the area to feel safer? That's next. And a partially built home in Coeur d'Alene burned down over the weekend. The suspicious circumstances and the reward now being offered by the fire department for information. Next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Now at Northern Quest, Thursdays are almost Fridays. So clock out any Thursday and let nothing stand in the way of your early weekend. Enjoy $4 mixed drinks from Brown Family Spirits, 4 for $4 wings at Easton Epic, $4 mini nachos at Qdoba, and a $4 burger at Fat Burger. Plus, free mystery rewards just for showing up. Almost Fridays, every Thursday at Northern Quest. Details at northernquest.com.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tacoma for just $349 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Cash
prizes so good, it's scary. October is Halloween month at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. You could win a share of $17,500 in cash prizes. Play your way to a frightening, fun fortune. Come join us for Halloween and other spooky ways to win at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located off Highway 395 near Chewelah. Check out Missisquoi.com for more details.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. It is Friday, October 25th. Welcome to it. Robin has the morning off. Let's start things off here with Mark Peterson and a look at our first alert forecast as you're heading out the door. Yeah, those spooky decorations there, Mark.
Yeah.
You're really getting in the season.
We've got a spider that we've paid, high wages to come up with that. Again, we're experiencing a rather mild morning, 36 degrees, 35 in Coeur d'Alene. Some radiational cooling is potential. We're going to see an okay day today. Really going to be dry and warmer than it was yesterday. For Saturday night, we're going to see showers or early Sunday and then rainy Sunday. And then it's going to be cool and wet for the majority of next week. Taking a look at the radar and satellite, it's just high, thin clouds coming across right now. No rain. We're seeing that dry into the Puget Sound. If you're heading over to Seattle today, should be a pretty nice day there. This morning, temperatures mild, 37 degrees. We have 40 into Liberty Lake, 35 into Hayden. Cheney, you're the cool spot at 33 degrees. Here's the forecast for the day. We're going to warm up by noon. We're going to be in the mid-40s, mid-50s by 4 o'clock. That's going to be our high today of 56. And then we're going to see things cool off again relatively quickly as the sun sets around 5:45.
All right, Mark, thanks. Well, after an 8-month mission extended, NASA officials have reported that the SpaceX crew stuck on the International Space Station have now returned back to Earth. Hannah Joy is at our Breaking Now desk this morning. And Hannah, Crew 8 was not supposed to be back for a couple more months now. What was able to bring them home?
This morning, NASA Crew 8 members have landed and returned to Earth. The return comes after their trip from the International Space Station was extended several times. What we know is that there were 4 crew members on the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. Members splashed down off the coast of Pensacola, Florida before 3:30 a.m. Eastern. The spacecraft had an orbital velocity of about 17,000 miles per hour and eventually eased to 16 miles per hour under a canopy of parachutes and landed in the Gulf of Mexico. The Crew 8 members spent 235 days in space. This is by far the longest of any human SpaceX mission. The crew lifted off into space on March 3rd, and at the space station, the crew conducted scientific research. The Crew 8 mission was supposed to end in August, but it was delayed to possibly February because of several problems during the test flight of Boeing's Starliner capsule. But now the crew is happy to be back on Earth. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Nice update there. All right, thanks, Hannah. A new survey by Greater Spokane Incorporated highlights registered Spokane voters' opinions on our region's most pressing issues. The majority of those responding said they felt less safe downtown today than they did just 2 years ago, pointing mainly to homeless encampments and property crime. We'll take a look at the numbers here on your screen. From the 600 registered voters of Spokane that were surveyed, 93% believe downtown cannot recover until the issue of homelessness is addressed, specifically through the funding of mental health and substance abuse facilities and expanding police presence in the city. 79% believe hiring more police officers should be an immediate priority. Now, that's the goal of the city's new CORE pilot program. It involves 26 officers patrolling downtown Spokane 24 hours a day. One man tells us that he believes Spokane is a safe place to live, despite how many others may perceive it.
There are homeless people downtown, and that might make people feel uncomfortable, but the crime rates are actually down. So I think it's more a matter of perception than reality.
Now, James Fien, who you just heard from there, has lived in Spokane for more than 50 years, but did not respond to this survey. Those people who responded consisted of 600 registered voters. In relation to the total number of registered voters in Spokane County, that number only represents 0.16% of the population. The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department is offering a $5,000 reward for information about a home that burned down due to arson. This happened back on Sunday night in Bastion Loop in northwest Coeur d'Alene. Now, the fire department says it quickly determined it was caused by arson because the home was only partially built and there were no heat sources inside.
Wasn't too terribly late into the night when the fire occurred, so we know people may have been out, walking dogs or playing with the kids, or and they just may have seen something.
Deputy Fire Marshal Craig Etherton is encouraging anyone with information to call 1-877-75-ARSON. He says that even a small piece of information could help their investigation, and we have that number listed on our website, KXLY.com. Well, federal prosecutors in Spokane have indicted 2 people for stealing $163,000 worth of iPads. Prosecutors say Zhang Bao Lang and Linda Yo devised a scheme to defraud Target, buying iPads and then returning counterfeits to Target for gift cards, and then using that money to repeat the cycle. The indictment says between January and June, they returned about 140 counterfeits in Yakima and Richland. They're now facing federal charges. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:35. Checking back in with Mark as you're heading out the door, getting on the bus. I know we keep saying it, but gotta grab a coat.
Yeah, it's that time of year. And of course, everyone just needs to be ready for what will be a cool start to the day. Low 30s in some areas, certainly into the West Plains, so be prepared for that. We're going to talk about when the rain will arrive. That's coming up.
Almost 70 families are getting a new place to call home in Airway Heights. How a new project is helping ease our housing crisis. That's next. And here's a question for you. Are elephants people? Well, a Colorado judge is set to answer that question. Why some people think elephants should be treated more like humans. After this break. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, you're watching an attempted kidnapping in broad daylight. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, the suspect now identified as 30-year-old Jose Jaime. Police saying the man followed this 11-year-old girl across the street in the Wilmington neighborhood of Los Angeles before cornering and fondling her and then attempting to kidnap her. But then a quick-thinking 17-year-old neighbor yelling out, "Hey, leave her alone!" The suspect startled, allowing the young girl to escape. The man rushing back to his car, claiming the 11-year-old was his niece. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this terrifying close call. Hey, leave her alone! And the important lessons for all of us. With your GMA First Look, I'm Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Experience frightfully good deals at Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Store-wide discounts with up to 70% off retail and all consigned, one-of-a-kind unique pieces. Plus, get 20% off all online purchases using promo code SPOOKY.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Which is better, Honda or Toyota? Well, the Honda Accord and CR-V both made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. Camry and RAV4 did not. In fact, when it comes to the 10 best, no one comes close to Honda, the only company to make every single 10 best list. That means Honda's not just better, it's the best. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the Honda CR-V with 2.9% APR financing. So for big deals on America's best brand, see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer.
35 years ago, I started going to Planned Parenthood. They help Washington women with pregnancy care, birth control, even cancer screening. But Dave Reichert tried to jeopardize that care. Reichert has voted repeatedly to defund Planned Parenthood. It's part of Reichert's years-long record, trying to ban abortion nationwide, including here in Washington. No politician should ever tell me that I don't have a right to make a decision regarding my body. Dave Reichert is wrong for governor.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that Wall Cares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. Wall Cares moves with you, even if you move out of Washington.
News Now and STCU are proud to continue highlighting volunteers who go above and beyond with their efforts. STCU Volunteers Count is a project that awards groups and individuals who take volunteering to the next level, donating personal time and financial support to local nonprofits. The winning volunteers will be awarded a grant courtesy of STCU to help further their efforts, and then we'll tell their story. If you know of a local volunteer who deserves recognition, nominate them at KXLY.com.
Blowback to the Menendez brothers' decision. Will the brothers live together if they get released? And what's it like to live with the guilt of having killed your parents? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:41 on the dot. 67 families will soon get a new place to call home in Airway Heights as Phase 2 finishes for the Highland Village Development Project. They're being built near First Avenue and Aspen Street. That's north of Highway 2. The development is put together by several organizations in hopes to provide rentals and home ownership for individuals and families with lower incomes. The units are a mix of 51 apartments and 16 single-family homes.
I feel like it's tough to not have a place to call home, and my kids really don't have a safe place right now to play outside, so this is going to be huge for us.
Well, families will move in through the fall and winter seasons.
All right, good morning, everybody. Your 10-second takeaway on a Friday. Going to be sun and clouds day. It's going to be pretty nice, Ken. Jacket out there. Temperatures only into the mid-50s. Our high today is going to be 56 degrees.
Well, here's a question for you. Are elephants people? A Colorado court is set to answer that question. Activists with the Non-Human Rights Project are suing the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. They say 5 elephants in captivity there are being unlawfully imprisoned and should be protected by habeas corpus. That means they should not be held captive without legal justification.
One has to make the argument in order for the argument to win, to ever win. And I think that we are making that progress.
Now, the zoo argues the elephants would not survive without human care, so letting them go free would be cruel. The Non-Human Rights Project lost a similar case back in 2022 after trying to free Happy the elephant from the Bronx Zoo. In a 5-2 ruling, the chief judge said granting human rights to Happy would be destabilizing and lead to legal questions about maybe dog or cat ownership and the use of service animals. Colorado justices in this case have voiced similar concerns, and a decision is expected in the next coming weeks. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:43. Are the colder temperatures getting you in the mood to maybe hit the slopes? Well, first you got to get all your gear. Allison Martinez is live at the fairgrounds for the annual Mount Spokane Ski Swap.
That's right, Ski Swap returns this weekend, and we're telling you how Ski Patrol keeps you safe out there on the slopes. We're telling you all about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda.
Thank you. I've been coming here for years, and I've always felt just like family.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we've been family owned and operated for over 50 years. We pride ourselves in giving the best customer experience.
And every new car comes with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
We have some of the best selection of pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And select pre-owned Hondas come with our lifetime warranty.
Coeur d'Alene Honda with the nationwide lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Awarded Dealer of the Year and rated 4.7 on Google.
And don't forget about the lifetime warranty.
Why is liberal Carmilla Conroy mudslinging and stretching the truth? Maybe it's to hide her extreme plans for an open border, drugs pouring into the country, and higher taxes. Conroy doesn't fit our district. Michael Baumgardner will protect our families, Social Security and Medicare, ensure veterans get the benefits they've earned, fight inflation, and make our neighborhoods safe by securing the southern border.
I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason: we win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
Many great careers don't need a 4-year degree. They start out here. Bob Ferguson has a detailed plan to expand apprenticeships and on-the-job training like I had to get more Washingtonians the skills they need to succeed. And Bob will eliminate 4-year degree requirements for most state jobs, opening doors to more good-paying careers. I would support Bob Ferguson, even if he wasn't my kid brother, but it helps he listens to old machinists like me.
Bob Ferguson for governor.
BECU and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On November 8th, bring your old tattered flag to BECU, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
This November, let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:46. Winter days out on the slopes aren't too far away now, and you can make sure you're ready by grabbing some of the gear at the Mount Spokane Ski Swap this weekend. Allison Martinez is live at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center to share what you can expect at this year's event. Allison, there's so many things out there for people to get.
Yeah, that's right. Just everywhere you look around here is just full with products. And as we said earlier, there really is something for everyone, which is the really cool part about this. I'm here with Diego this morning. He is a Mount Spokane ski patroller. And tell us a little bit more about, obviously, this whole sale goes to support you guys and the really important work that you do as our ski patrollers. How does this support you guys?
Yeah, so we're 100% volunteer, right? And so all of the proceeds from this event really goes to funding all of the things that are needed to make a patrol function, right?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, and you've got your starter pack of sorts here,
exactly.
Which is all the crucial things that you guys need to keep us safe. Can you walk us through what we see here?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what the swap goes to fund, right? So we've got our toboggan here. This is our mode of transportation to get injured people off of the mountain and back to the aid room. And depending on the severity of the injury, we've got other supplies here like O2, our trauma pack, different splints, right? So when we talk about what goes into funding, the patrol, like this is it.
Yeah, and you said that there's about 200 of you on the ski patrol team, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
So cool, so cool. Well, thank you guys so much for keeping us safe, and they'll be here all throughout the weekend to help answer any questions, help you with sizing, and help you pick out the perfect gear. He helped me pick out this jacket this morning at a great deal. We've mentioned earlier, Original tag, $150, and you can get it here for $50, which can't get any better than that. So come out this Saturday and Sunday, and we'll have more information on our website, kxly.com. Back to you guys in studio.
You can't beat a good deal, especially on all that stuff.
I can tell you personally, they've hauled me off the top of Mount Spokane in a toboggan, and I blew a knee out on a little skiing adventure. And my son also got dragged off the top. But they do a beautiful job. They're well trained, and everyone's okay.
There you go. Still here to tell the tale.
yeah. Well, I was sort of joking all the way down recording it, go like, yeah, here I am, you know, the slide of shame. All right, let's take a look at the forecast this morning. Yeah, it's cool. There's no doubt about it. 37 degrees in Spokane Valley, 35 Fairchild, Cheney, you're at 33. Deer Park blazing at 37 degrees, normally a little cooler. So, yeah, just these cool mornings, and this is going to be where we're at. We've sort of been talking about how cold it is. Now we're getting used to it. 56 degrees, sun and clouds today, going to be pretty nice. Winds are going to be negligible, 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the northeast. So we do see a bit of a shift. Clouds mild tonight. It's going to be light winds, 38 degrees for the overnight low. Saw a lot of people getting their irrigation systems blown out and stuff. Necessary. I mean, we are coming into, again, those colder temperatures. We've had freezing temperatures for a week. We'll see a continuation of the clouds coming across. We see the low right here. That's the system that's coming towards us and will really arrive on Sunday when we see the moisture that's embedded with it. But New England is going to get wet. They're going to have quite a bit of rain. For us, we'll see the rain coming in, but it's going to take a while to get here. We're going to have, again, those sun and clouds. Then we see Saturday morning maybe a hint of a shower. But Saturday should be dry. It's this next thing coming in, and that's going to be Sunday morning through the day that we're going to have pretty good chance of seeing some showers, rain, and then again into Monday, we'll see more opportunities there. Into the mid-50s today, 53 Colville, mid-50s into the Tri-Cities, pretty consistent all over the place. Tomorrow, warming in advance of that cold front, 63. Breezy and rain on Sunday, and 52, cooling into the mid-40s, so we'll get ready for that. You get ready for the morning sprint. Grab a cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by CARD, the Center for Asbestos-Related Diseases.
During our spectacular savings event, save up to $15,000 off or 0% APR on a new GMC Sierra 1500. There are never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
I'm Carmela Conroy, and my story starts here. Grandpa was a union mason on the Grand Coulee Dam. Dad worked on the Great Northern Railway. We were raised to look out for our neighbors. That's why, as a Spokane County Deputy Prosecutor, I held violent offenders accountable. As a Foreign Service Officer, I worked in conflict zones. We need leaders in Congress who will stand up for veterans and military families. I'm Carmela Conroy, and I approve this message.
This is Initiative 2117. Look closely. Does it mention anything about lowering prices? No. In fact, does it say anything that will help you? No again. The mega millionaires behind it are intentionally trying to confuse you. They don't want you to know 2117 would cut billions from transportation, meaning more traffic and harming our economy. Don't be fooled. Vote no on 2117. There's nothing in it for you.
Everyone's talking about Come From Away, the hit Broadway musical sensation that celebrates the best of humankind. It's the remarkable true story about thousands of people stranded in a small town in Newfoundland on 9/11 and the locals who opened up their homes. Don't miss Come From Away.
November 1st through 3rd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Prices start at $29.50. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
As a U.S. Navy veteran, I fought for our freedom and our right to vote. But today, independent voters can't vote in the elections I fought to protect. Over 275,000 Idahoans, including thousands of veterans, are blocked from voting in our primary elections, all because they were closed by party insiders and special interests. Proposition 1 respects veterans like me by opening Idaho's primaries, ensuring every Idaho taxpayer has the right to vote. That's what I fought for, and that's how it ought to be.
During our spectacular savings event, save up to $8,500 off for 3.9% APR on a new Sierra 2500 HD Pro. There are never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back to time right now, 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Friday and the weekend in the morning sprint. Mark is here with details on our cool and rainy weekend we got ahead. Allison Martinez is live at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center to share what your family needs to get this winter. And Hannah Joy is in studio with updates on a major legal victory for 2 brothers serving a life sentence for killing their parents. But we start with some For the People coverage this morning. Spokane voters are now deciding whether or not to increase the city's sales tax by 0.1% for community safety initiatives in Proposition 1. The majority of the money from the community safety sales tax would go towards Spokane Police and Fire. If passed, Prop 1 would add 7 neighborhood resource officers and a traffic safety unit. 2 things neighborhood officials told us earlier this week that they'd like to see brought back. For more information on Prop 1, you can head to our website, KXLY.com. A typical fire engine responds to about 2,000 calls per year, but this year, Fire Engine 1 is on pace to respond to about 6,500 calls, making it one of the busiest in the state. Senator Maria Cantwell says this stems from the fentanyl crisis in our region. Senator Cantwell introduced a new bill that hopes to give first responders better tools in the fight against fentanyl. The legislation would fund and create new technology to detect fentanyl. However, this bill is still in the early stages. With more cold weather on the way, SNAP wants to help families stay warm while also saving some money. The organization gave out about 600 free energy-saving kits yesterday. The kits were put together with the help of McKinstry and Avista. Inside were LED light bulbs, window insulation kits, and other tools to stop drafts from getting in. SNAP gave out all of those 600 kits, but more are on the way, and you can pick up yours at one of SNAP's 6 offices. Starting on Monday, 1 lane in each direction over the Washington Street Bridge in downtown Spokane will finally reopen. It's the light at the end of the tunnel following months of this closure. But there's still more work to be done to complete all the work in repairing this bridge. There's no word yet on when it will fully reopen, but 1 lane will be next week.
All right, good morning. We have a dry start to the day. In our first alert weather, it's going to be, again, clouds on the move today. Some sun breaks. Should be some nice ones coming in. But our high today is going to be into the mid-50s. Currently, we're sitting at 37 in Deer Park, downtown into the valley, 36 into Coeur d'Alene. Forecast for the day, yeah, we're going to warm up to a little bit above average, 56 degrees, and the wind should be light.
An iconic North Idaho restaurant is hoping to rebuild after being destroyed by a fire last month. In a Facebook post yesterday, the owner says they're looking into building Wolf Lodge 2.0. Wolf Lodge is looking for a local survey crew and an architect to donate some of their time to help with this process. The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department is offering a $5,000 reward for any information about a home that burned down due to arson. It happened on Sunday night on Baston Loop in northwest Coeur d'Alene. The home was only partially built and there were no heat sources inside. Deputy Fire Marshal Cray Etherton is encouraging anyone with information to call 1-877-75-ARSON. If you need that number again, you can head to the story, KXLY.com.
Winter is right around the corner, and there's no better place to get gear for you and your whole family than the Mount Spokane Ski Patrol Ski Swap. It's happening this Saturday and Sunday. There are thousands of items here, everything from clothing to gear to accessories. Both days you can check it all out starting at 9 a.m. and even get 25% off on Sunday. For more, head to KXLY.com.
67 families will soon get a new place to call home in Airway Heights as Phase 2 finishes for the Highland Village Development Project. They're being built near First Avenue and Aspen Street, that's north of Highway 2. The development is put together by several organizations and hopes to provide rentals and home ownership for people and families with lower income. The units are a mix of 51 apartments and 16 single-family homes. Families will move in through the fall and winter seasons.
Back in 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez were convicted of killing their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. Now, a Los Angeles district attorney is recommending a judge re-sentence the brothers. Now, DA George Gascon recommends their life sentence without parole be replaced to make them eligible for parole immediately.
I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
In making his recommendation, the attorney addressed allegations that the brothers were sexually abused by their father. But right now, there is no timeline on when a judge could pick up this case. For more information, tune in to Good Morning America.
Maria Cantwell knows prices are too high and we have to fight back. That's why she passed a law to take on big oil traders spiking gas prices, and why she's fighting grocery store mergers that would lead to higher food prices. Cantwell also took on drug companies and won, capping insulin for seniors at $35 a month and capping seniors' out-of-pocket expenses.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll take on anyone to protect Northwest consumers.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
All right, so a live look outside. We don't have the fog that we had a couple days ago. We had a few issues with it yesterday into parts of the protected valleys over in the North Idaho, but today it's going to be nice. Temperatures warming up, 56 degrees today. That's above average. It's Friday. That's above average. I mean, it's all looking pretty good. 63 for Saturday. Sunday, that's the day. We're going to see rainy conditions, 52. Breezy winds gust to 20, potentially 30 miles an hour. That exits, we cool, we calm. Temperatures into the mid-40s for next week with a pretty good chance of showers all the way through Halloween.
Thanks so much for kicking off your Friday with us right here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you throughout the morning on GMA. It starts right now.